on down, lying down, down means lying down, not getting off or not jumping. So if you're using, and he's offering a down, so I'm going to click and reward that. Again, we can capture the behavior when it happens. So if he offers it, I'm going to click and reward it, and I'm going to reward him for holding that. If I'm working on a down, I can capture it. I can lure it. Somebody gets a little impatient. I can lure it, or I can shape it if I'm having trouble with it. So he's already in the down, so I'm going to reward one more time for holding that position. Then I'm going to get him up and do it again. Romeo, come here, buddy. Good sit. Thank you. Now, I can capture it if he offers it. I can also lure it. So if he's in, and let me turn him this way. If he's in a sitting position, I'm luring. I'm going to put the treat to his nose. I'm going to bring it down to the ground. I'm going to click as soon as the elbows hit the ground. So I'm getting out first sit. Good boy. Very nice. Notice I'm not saying down yet. Now he's very experienced with down already, but if I had a dog who hadn't worked on down yet, if I'm doing the lure a few times, again I click and reward as soon as the elbows hit the ground. I'm luring it, so if I'm using a lure, I need to fade that lure out as quickly as I can. So I've lured it 3 times. Now, sit. That time I put my hand down as if I had a lure, but I have no food in my hand. So I'm fading that lure out and turning that into a hand signal. Sit. Now I'm going to go down again without the lure. So I'm rewarding. Food comes out after he does what I asked for, but not before. Now that was from a sitting position, luring from a sitting position. Now I'm going to try it from a standing position. Stand. Now if I'm luring into a sitting position, into a down position from the stand, I'm actually going to push back. Whereas from the sitting position, I was going straight down and forward if I needed to. But from a standing position, I'm actually going to push back into him so I get the front end to drop first. Again, I'm only going to do that 2 or 3 times with food, and then I'm going to fade that food out. So now we're going to see if we can get him to go from a stand into a down without any food in front of his nose. Stand. Stand. That's not stand, thank you. Okay, no food in the hand. We go down, and then I click and bring up the food once he's in the down position. Stand. Notice at this point I haven't actually said down yet. So I'm working on sits and downs. I'm not going to say the cue. I'm not going to give the cue until I get the behavior going. I want to make sure he'll actually do it before I name it. Okay? So if I'm not sure he'll lie down, there's no point in saying it over and over again until I can actually get him to do it. Once I can get him to do it, then I'll start to add the cue. Romeo? Come here, buddy. Romeo. Now, I'm pretty sure he'll do it, so down. If I said down and he didn't do it, which if I were new at this and just starting, I wouldn't expect that he would yet, I would say it and then I would give the hand signal. So stand, down. So he knows it, but if he didn't, I would say down first and then do my hand motion. Not at the same time, say it first and then hand motion, because then he's starting to make that association between the word, the cue, and the behavior. Okay?